Today is Thursday, April 28th. It is National Take Our Daughters and Sons to Work Day. Do you know where your children are? Let's look at the dollar today. Big news overnight. Bank of Japan decides to do nothing. Sitting on their hands for a change. Kind of what everyone wanted, yet the markets are reacting. Stocks down, yen up, dollar down. So here's a chart of the US dollar future. There's a weekly chart going back quite a ways. And the reason I have it here is I want to show that big rally into this giant trading range here. Now you might say it's a potential double top. I like to think of it as a trading range more than anything else. And this is our background for when we go into the daily chart. Let's take a look. You can see that the futures market right at support, or pretty close to support. Now I would say that this is really at support, even though it looks on the chart that it's above. The reason is that the support is pretty far back in time. It's the middle of 2015, early 2015, and to me it's close enough that this is a very strong support level where it is now. So I think the dollar is the edge of a cliff right now. Any further weakness and down it goes. The thing about this is that the dollar index is about half weighted to the euro. So it's the yen that's throwing a fit today, and even though the dollar is very weak against the yen, it's the euro that really matters in terms of the dollar index. All right, let's take a look at a few things. Let's put up Euro ETF. It's not open yet. It's still pre-market here. And there's a similar type of line to the dollar index. Of course, since it's reversed, this will be a resistance level. You might say there's a flag pattern over here on its way to trying to break out. And notice down here on the bottom, this is a 9-day RSI. I usually use a 14-day. I want to speed it up a little bit for Forex. All right, let's go over to yen. Not nearly as active. That red line is the equivalent of where the market is trading in the pre-market, where futures are up. Pre-market trading in the ETF here. So you can see it's quite a huge jump, a one-day jump here in yen. All right, right now the RSI is not showing the current values. It's showing as of the close yesterday, since this market is not open. So I would imagine that it's a lot higher right now, although not overbought. So you can see the trend in the yen is still to the upside. Just a huge jump here. It's kind of a shock to everybody. So let's go back to the dollar index again. Just want to hammer home this point that the dollar index is pretty much at a very, very critical support. Now you look back here, every time it hit this level, it bounced pretty quickly. Here, not so much. It's been hanging around this support, and that is an indicator that the market is not quite as strong and is actually preparing for a breakdown. Of course, we don't anticipate the breakdown. You have to wait for it. But it looks to me that the dollar is going to be weakening here. Again, wait for the breakdown, and that would be actually a positive for commodities, especially gold and silver. And you might take a look at those markets for rallies if and when the dollar index breaks down.